Archaeologists, historians, and conspiracy theorists have all long been drawn by the Nazca lines, which have been located in the dry deserts of southern Peru. This video here examines the fascinating universe of the Nazca lines, examining the arguments put out by proponents of the ancient extraterrestrial idea and illuminating the astounding discoveries that have prompted heated debates in the scientific community. When people first traveled over southern Peru in the 1920s, they found an unexpected discovery. Thousands of enormous drawings of animals, insects, and birds, as well as extraordinarily long straight lines and geometric patterns, were scrawled on the ground below them in this far-off desert location. The country appears yellowish and brown from above, scarred and twisted, with deep river gorges and an amount of dried-up stream beds dividing it. On the ground, it is dusty, hot, and monotonous, and from a distance it appears arid and forbidding. There isn't any form of vegetation in this area. There are no bird calls. Nothing buzzes. There is complete silence. There isn't much wind, and there aren't even any clouds to change the light and shift a shadow across the ground. People may clearly perceive each other calling from half a kilometer away when they stroll on the pampa, which happens very infrequently. Furthermore, there is something even weirder about this arid region. These early 20th century airmen got their first bird's-eye glimpse of this desert while gazing down from their cockpits, and what they saw astounded them. There were tens of thousands of gigantic line drawings scattered across the desert, covering an area of about 500 square kilometers. Erich von Däniken, a Swiss novelist, arrived in Nazca in the late 1960s and claimed to have the solution. From a small plane, he could only see one use for the lengthy rounded triangles and the trapezoids. They had been constructed as spacecraft landing strips, and the line builders have to be extraterrestrials. Von Däniken's explanation held a certain allure for a lot of individuals. It provided the answer to the question of how such enormous and precise plans could have been created. Then, when exploring the prehistoric remains on the pampa, investigators found a remarkable discovery. Skulls with just astounding shapes were among the bones discovered at one prehistoric burial site. They are obviously human in the front, sweep back twice as far as a typical human head, then taper to a point. Here was the traditional representation of the squat alien. Mainstream scholars have put out a number of explanations for this puzzling phenomena. According to one interpretation, the ancient Nazca tribe used the Nazca lines as astrological and calendar landmarks. The Nazca lines were constructed for ceremonial and religious purposes, according to another commonly recognized view. The Nazca lines may have been connected to agricultural and water practices, according to some scholars. The Nazca lines may have been drawn in order to locate subsurface water supplies, according to another theory. Some academics think that the Nazca lines were only the ancient Nazca people's artistic expression. The Nazca lines may have been erected as signals or landing markers for extraterrestrial aliens, according to the notion, which was made popular by Erich von Däniken's book, Chariots of the Gods. According to the theory of ancient aliens, advanced prehistoric civilizations or extraterrestrial beings assisted in the formation of the Nazca lines. The Nazca lines are too extensive and complex to have been produced by human hands alone, in accordance with the ancient alien hypothesis. The precision and size of the geoglyphs, according to proponents of this theory, point to the use of sophisticated technology or knowledge that was beyond the reach of the prehistoric Nazca people. Additionally, proponents contend that the animal and human-like figures found in the Nazca lines are reminiscent of mythical and folklore creatures, some of which are comparable to what are perceived as extraterrestrials or aliens in contemporary popular culture. The ancient alien idea, however, should be noted as being very speculative and without strong supporting data. Since there is no empirical evidence to suggest the involvement of extraterrestrial creatures in the formation of the Nazca lines, mainstream scientists and archaeologists usually do not embrace this theory. It is significant to emphasize that these arguments should be viewed with skepticism because they are not generally accepted by mainstream researchers. The following are some of the justifications and supporting data offered by advocates of the old extraterrestrial theory. Supporters counter that the Nazca lines are beyond the capacity of the prehistoric Nazca culture due to its vast size and accuracy. The lines, which can stretch for hundreds of meters, feature elaborate animal and geometrical designs. Some supporters contend that some Nazca lines are in alignment with the sun, moon, or particular stars, indicating an astronomical importance. As the ancient cultures would not have had the expertise or technology to precisely line the geoglyphs with celestial objects, they suggest that these alignments could be proof of extraterrestrial guidance. Some Nazca lines are best seen from the air, since the full extent of their intricate designs is only visible from above. Some Nazca lines' characters, according to believers of the ancient alien theory, resemble what are perceived as extraterrestrial entities in contemporary popular culture. While the Nazca lines are incredible in and of themselves, some proponents of alternate hypotheses find it intriguing because there have been claims of artifacts and oddities in the vicinity. There have been reports of mummified remains being found in the Nazca region in recent years, some of which some contend are neither biological or alien in nature. Another one is Kawachi, a historic ceremonial site close to the Nazca lines with a huge adobe pyramid. There have been sporadic reports of anomalous artifacts, including metallic objects or ceramics with strange patterns, being found in the Nazca region. It's important to approach these statements with skepticism because they frequently don't undergo thorough scientific scrutiny and haven't been corroborated by the majority of archaeologists. The scientific community is rife with doubt and arguments against different theories pertaining to the Nazca lines. The Nazca lines, according to mainstream historians, can be best understood in the context of the Nazca civilization's ancient culture and religion. The lines, which stand for sacred figures and symbols, are thought to have acted as routes for religious processions and rites. Skeptics contend that the ancient Nazca culture had the required equipment, methods, and knowledge to produce these geoglyphs without needing for alien help, notwithstanding the Nazca line's amazing magnitude and precision. The slow formation of the Nazca lines over many centuries, rather than its abrupt appearance, suggests a growing cultural practice rather than extraterrestrial involvement. Instead than presenting solid scientific proof, proponents of the ancient alien idea frequently rely on hypothetical interpretations and anecdotal evidence. If an extraordinary assertion is to be taken seriously by the scientific community, if proven to be real, the Nazca line's alleged ancient alien connection would have important ramifications, according to proponents of alternate ideas. Our knowledge of the history of humanity and the rise of ancient civilizations would be put to the test if it were conclusively determined that extraterrestrial life played a role in the construction of the Nazca lines. The Nazca lines' extraterrestrial participation would suggest that ancient civilizations interacted with beings from other worlds or dimensions. If aliens helped to create the Nazca lines, it would imply that there were advanced engineering techniques or technology that have since been forgotten or are unknown. The Nazca line's ancient alien theory is still up for debate, but it unquestionably provides an exciting new perspective to our comprehension of these puzzling geoglyphs. The arguments put up by the theory's proponents, supported by numerous astounding findings, cast doubt on conventional archaeological interpretations and prompt concerns regarding the nature of ancient civilizations. More information about our past will undoubtedly be revealed through more investigation and exploration of this enigmatic location, which may also yield fresh insights into how we fit within the cosmos. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button and follow us for more content like this.